Folks at home, welcome to Tank Tuesday. This is a quick look at our 300-gallon aquarium. We still have some spawning activity. We hadn't seen any eggs being laid yet, so I bumped that water temp up to about 74, 75 degrees. We're going to see if we can get some spawning activity out of Bonnie. But this is our big bluegill named Sheriff, the big female named Bonnie, and Clyde hanging out in the corner over here. We got a lot of cool things coming up in this episode. These fish are getting a new home. It's pretty exciting. We've been waiting a while before we told you about this news, but you all will be finding out in this video. Alright, and here's a look at our 10-gallon minnow tank. It is stocked up, plenty of minnows in it, and our 55-gallon tank housing Moby. We also have the Pleco out. Check him out. He doesn't come out too often, but he's out doing his job tonight. We've got a couple other catfish back there, but like always, we start off the episode feeding Moby because he gets a little angry if he doesn't eat right away. He's a growing boy, so let's drop him a minnow in. He usually catches it in less than 2 seconds. Let's try to trick him. Get him coming over here. Yep, but about a second and a half. He got that one in there almost sideways. He's wide jaws right now. So that's going to lead us into our next topic. So I had a subscriber write and say you should feed your catfish shad. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the channel, we've got 2 catfish that hang out back there, a channel cat and an albino cat. And in the last video we went out and caught live threadfin shad for our other bass, and we froze a bunch that we had left over. So that's a pretty good idea. You can see Casper back there, he's starting to come out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those dead shad, cut them up into small pieces and drop them in and see if we can get those catfish out here feeding, because that's what you catch catfish with out there in the wild. So I have a feeling, especially that channel cat, he's going to come out and eat. So in that last video we took all of our leftover shad and froze them in bags of 10 to a dozen. So we're going to take one of them out and chop it up, and then we're probably going to feed the rest to Bonnie and Clyde. Alright, we are about to chum the water. I have a feeling Moby may try to eat it, but I hope he doesn't. That way we can watch the catfish. Here we go. First small piece. Yes, definitely ate it right away and wants more. Let's go with another piece. Moby, you can't eat everything, buddy. These are the size pieces. They're just small little chopped up pieces, but looks like he's gonna try to eat them. Yep. Sorry, catfish. You can see the scales going everywhere. Man, Moby's a growing boy. I'd like to get a side view of him, but it's hard because he's always facing the camera, but you can see he's getting long and thick. And if we drop a couple more pieces, you can see the catfish are coming out. Whisker smells it. They're definitely about to get excited. We're chumming the water. Alright, so the last thing I know to do is drop several pieces in there at a time. That way maybe some of them make it to the bottom. So here we go. It's our last good shot at it. He's even eating the tail. Man, look at how big he's getting. That's the last piece. Don't eat it. Moby, I can't believe you. He just went through and ate an entire shad that was chopped up and got every piece before it hit the ground. Well guys, that was a good idea, but as you can see with Moby, he will not stop eating, so the more I drop in there, the more he's gonna eat. So catfish, the only way y'all getting shad is if we take Moby out of the tank. Sorry about that. Good idea, didn't quite work. Let's drop some shad in for these other bass. Alright, so no chopping these up in this tank. We're going to drop them in whole. We're actually going to see if we can get some of these bass to come up and get a little airborne, maybe practice some acrobatics. Alright, first shad. We're going to hang it over the water. Sheriff got it. Look at him. He leaves a little cloud of scales behind him. Let's see if we can get. Now let's see if we can get one of those bass to jump up in there. Sheriff's getting some hair. Come on, Clyde. You can do it. He's looking at it. Sheriff the Entertainer. Always the hog. He's down 2 shad. Man, it's hard to believe that a bluegill can eat 2 shad. Come on, man. Look at Clyde. He's thinking about it. Just can't make him quit. Let's drop one in for him. Let him get a taste. Gone. Alright, we're gonna make Bonnie mad if we don't drop her something in, so let's get her something in here real quick. Clyde got that one. Let's try over here. Bonnie got it. Sheriff's full over there in the corner. He hadn't moved, he's still burping up scales. Alright, another one in the middle. Bonnie got it. That's so cool that they don't mind that these shad are dead. Makes it so much easier. Alright, now it's time for a 2-in-1 combo. Bonnie got one. Clyde can get the other. Nope, backing away. Bonnie said, we'll take it. Alright, last feeding for the night. Looks like you guys are getting kind of full, so it's the last 2. Bonnie got one. Looks like she's the only one still hungry. She's got the big appetite, and that is it. Gone. Alright, nice little shad feeding. Still didn't get the catfish to eat them, but I still say a success for all the bass. The time has finally come. The package arrived yesterday. Look at this giant package. This holds the keys to our new tank, and we will show you what's inside of it next week. Just kidding, you know I wouldn't do that to you. So we're teaming up with a company called Aqua Decor, and they create 3D backgrounds. And so what it looks like is you'll cover the entire background, and it sticks off the back of the tank a little bit to make it look like a 3D look. And I'm about to show you some pictures of our exact background that we're putting in. But since it's such a time-intensive project, and we just brought a newborn baby home this week, we're gonna hold off on unboxing everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly what they built for our tank. Now it is time to take a look at some of these photos of our background. Tell me that this is not one of the coolest looking 3D backgrounds you'll ever see. These kind of stand out off the background, and this kind of looks like the Mobile Delta here with all the cypress knees that sit down in the water. That's why I chose this specific background. But let's take a look at some of the other angles. This is kind of from the left side of the tank. Everything's going to stand out and kind of pop off of the tank. This is a right side angle. And these are some of the rocks that are going to go down in the bottom, as well as sticks. We're going to have vertical sticks, so everything's really going to stand out and make it look just like you were looking underwater in a pond or a lake or something like that. Some extra wood and some more rocks and things. But this is something we're excited about. We've worked with Aqua Decor to get our exact tank background built. They're a really cool company, and I cannot believe the technology they've built to make a tank look so realistic. This looks to me just like you're looking out there in the wild. And all of this here is what is sitting in the box over there. I can't wait to unbox it and put it in the tank. Well, while we're here on the computer, I want to show you really quick at how many cool different 3D backgrounds that Aqua Decor has. I spent a lot of time on their site, and it's really simple on how to order. So you just pick out basically whether you want rock style models or, you know, thin rocks, boulder style, wooden. I mean, they have everything you could think of. And just say if you pick a wooden model, you can look at all their models here. You can go down, pick out the exact colors you want, even the features you want throughout the tank. You can add rocks, you can add wood, anything you want. It's very simple to go through and order. Basically, you'll put your tank dimension size in, and they will specifically build you a background that meets your tank's needs, so you can talk to them about your overflows or your pipes or whatever. Now, if you're interested in a background of your own, I've got a link down in the description that takes you directly to Aqua Decor's site. So check them out. They work with tanks of all sizes, and I cannot wait to get ours installed. I'm going to spend just a couple of seconds scrolling down through a gallery showing you some of the other tanks of people who have gotten these 3D backgrounds in and what we can kind of expect ours to look like. They just make it look so realistic. That is about as realistic as it gets. That's the kind of model we're going for right there on the bottom left. This is kind of what our tank's going to look like. Bonnie and Clyde will be swimming around in something that looks like that. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to see this tank in 3D. So we're going to unbox all of this in upcoming videos, but it is a full-on process. We have to drain the tank completely. We're going to have to remove all the fish. That will be a good time to weigh them. I know a lot of you guys want to see us weigh them. So we're going to have to drain everything out, pull the substrate back off the wall, and probably use silicone or something else to get this background in here, and then fill it back up and put the fish back in. So it is going to be a process. We're going to do it as soon as we get in the house and accustomed to our new baby Sarah. And now we're going to roll on through with some of our subscriber tank clips. And one little side note, so we get so many of these sent in to us, dozens and dozens of them every week. So if we don't put your tank clip out, don't worry, it's probably going to come up in the future. I've seen several comments from you all upset that we didn't put your clip in, but don't worry, we just got so many of them in, we're trying to fit them in, and it will most likely end up in one of these Tank Tuesday videos. Alright, and our first subscriber clip comes from Adam. He says, "Hello from Connecticut. My name is Adam, and this is my pet smallmouth bass named Bilbo." I appreciate you sending us that clip because we don't have a lot of clips of smallmouths. And the next clip comes from Matthew Schultz. He said, "Hey Bama Bass, this is a video of my 55-gallon tank with my Tiger Oscar and my brim I caught in Dog River fighting over a worm." That's going to wrap it up for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to join these three amigos every Tank Tuesday, and we will see you all next week.
Bonnie and Clyde were pretty looking people, but I can tell you people, they were the devil's children.